Have you ever wanted to play a game that's like Terraria but better? Maybe some better sprite work, better animations, and maybe some more content? Well, look no further because Starbound has answered your call. Today I'm going to be reviewing Starbound, so, pretty good game. I've played a lot of it in the past 2 weeks. It's a lot of fun. I've seen a lot of negative reviews, so I'm going to give you my thoughts on Starbound. So let's get right into it. So to begin off, for one, Starbound has a actual story to it. So, not just like, really, I was gonna say not just like Minecraft story, but Minecraft doesn't really have a story at all. I mean, the most story it has is Herobrine and Ease, which was made by Game Chap, I guess. But, that's not, does Shadow of Israel count? I guess. I don't know. But, anyways, back to Starbound. Starbound is a lot of fun, and basically to begin off, you basically put on the Terrene Protectorate. You're on Earth, you're whatever race you are. Oh, right, we should probably talk about the races first. So you have a few races. I believe it's the first race you can pick from is Florin, and then there's Avian, there is Human, obviously. I think the first one would be Human, and it's like Florin and Avian. I can't remember off the top of my head the exact order. There's Glitch, there's Hyolto, and I think there's Nova Kid. I might have missed one, maybe, I don't know, who cares. Probably not important. I'm pretty sure I didn't miss one, but, Anyway, so, moving on. You have a few races, so obviously Avians are like the bird. I can't remember what they are. I think they're kind of like the Egyptians, sort of. They have tombs. Florins are kind of like the cavemen. They like to just fight people, stab stuff. They don't really care about diplomacy. Unless it's a sword named Diplomacy, then they'll probably shove it in someone's chest. Stuff like that. You have the Glitch, who are basically robots designed to simulate a civilization, who glitched out and are stuck in medieval times. It's a really cool concept, by the way. I really love that. You have humans, and, they're there. I mean, you're really gonna play a human? Like, Joe, no, don't stop playing human right now. You're gonna stop. I mean, seriously, why would you play human? Do you play human in Dragon Ball games, too? Do you like to be weak? God, some of you people are so weird. And moving on, you have Nova Kid, which are basically the space cowboys. It's high noon. Pretty cool stuff there. You got the, did I miss anyone? I don't think so, right? You got the Apex, which are basically, it's pretty cool concept as well. They're basically like gorilla humans, basically Harambe humans, kind of fused together. I guess they were experimented on for some reason. They were, whatever. They are basically living under a, anarchy, I guess you could say. Anarchy, not anarchy. Anarchy, yeah. It's like it's an archwing. An archway. I bet no one knows what an archwing is. It's like an archway, but it's just an archy. It's like the short version. It's like that's what us Americans call an archway. No, really, no one says that, but I can pretend. Anyway, you have the Apex, which are basically just like I said, they're living under anarchy, and they basically live under a pretty corrupt government. There's rebels trying to basically they're Star Wars guerrillas. They're Star Wars guerrillas. Somewhere there's probably a Luke Skywalker in the Apexes. Okay, probably an Anakin, an Obi-Wan. Just imagine Gorilla Obi-Wan and Gorilla Darth Vader and Anakin and Luke and Leia. If you want to imagine a Gorilla Leia, I don't really know. I don't really want to imagine them myself. I don't blame you if you don't. I don't really want to imagine a Gorilla Leia. No thanks. Imagine a gorilla Chewbacca. It'd basically just be Chewbacca, but with more hair, and like, he'd be dead because he's a gorilla, So, obviously, if his name is Harambe, he'd also be really dead. So, you have the Apex. They're basically living under the Star Wars gorillas. So basically, you start off. You're put on a basic planet, which is a starter planet. It's always a forest because they're always like, gotta start off with a nice, chill planet, not too dangerous. You're not gonna get riggedy wrecked in the first day. Unless you're really bad. There's also 3 difficulties when you start off as well. I highly just recommend playing casual. I don't know why survival and hard mode are even a thing. If you want to play with permadeath, go ahead. You're probably the same person who plays Pokemon Nuzlocke. Crazy people. Survival is basically just Minecraft at this point. You lose pixels, lose items, whatever. It's a little bit unbalanced, honestly, it feels like, because you can kind of just, like, you go into a cave, you lose your items, you go back in the cave, lose your items, go back in the cave, lose your items, you try again, you lose your items, you try again, and then eventually you're broke and you can't pay rent. It's like, God, man, jeez, man, it really sucks. And yeah, it just feels a little unbalanced. So I would highly recommend just playing casual as well. I haven't died, have I? Well, I'm not even joking. While I'm recording this video, I'm in Starbound right now, playing with a friend. Well, I'm not really playing with a friend, but I'm in Starbound right now, because I'm the one hosting the server. And I almost forgot I was there, because I have to eat food a little bit here and there. And I almost died of hunger as well, and half my food has gone rotten. Which is actually a good segue as well. Food also goes rotten, by the way, which is kind of annoying. I kind of wish there was a mod to remove that feature, but whatever. It's a thing. Food goes rotten. So, heads up. Food does go rotten. But yeah, basically casual is just, I would recommend casual. I don't really recommend survival, and I don't really recommend hard mode, because just, no thanks. I really just would play casual. I don't think you lose any pixels, or maybe, I think you lose pixels, but you don't lose items. So I would just play casual, honestly, especially if it's your first time. I would play casual. Let's see, what else do I want to talk about here? Let's move on to the crew. So basically actually first, I forgot about this. Let's move on to the quests. So you get quests in this game, kind of like, you know, any other RPG. Obviously, you know, what kind of an RPG, you know? I mean, we've all played those RPGs, right? You're in the spaceship, you go from planet to planet. Each of them are different, obviously. You go mining for ores. Every traditional RPG right there, in a nutshell, done. Boom, I did it. I described every single RPG. No, but for real though, you basically, quests are the same way in every game. It's kind of just like, you know, maybe it might be like, go fetch my friend Ro. He's gonna row a boat, I guess. I don't know. He's weird. Go fetch my friend Ro. Go get my friend Joe. And, you know, whatever. Go collect some titanium ore, give it to me, whatever. You know, I don't know. Deliver the secret note to this guy, which you would think you'd think, you know, when someone asks you, if you were given a secret note, all right, and they were like, all right, go deliver the secret note to a friend, would you not think it's a love letter? Would you be surprised if you read it and it turns out they're asking for friendship? That's Starbound. For some reason, you keep getting these freaking quests where people want you to deliver a secret note to another person, and it turns out it's literally just asking for friendship. Like, bruh, go over to them in the next room and ask for to be their friend. It's not a big deal. Just start the conversation. I mean, you can probably talk about Donald Trump, being like, walls, haha, funny memes, right? That boy. I mean, if they like Donald Trump, then obviously you're free to kill them. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. You know, you can just make some funny memes, like that boy. What's up? Oh. I don't know, man. Like, really, you need a note? God, like, is there not Spacebook? Is that a thing? Like, MySpace, literally? I mean, it's MySpace in this point. Like, really, it's just, like, I guess it would just be your ship. Like, your entire ship is just, this is my space now. Like, my ship is my space, literally. I mean, really, I mean, it's literally, I mean, it's my space. Like, that's, your ship is my space. This is really it. I mean, is there no social media in the future? God. Moving on, though, basically, after you keep doing quests, eventually you'll move on, and you'll finally get people who like you enough to want to actually be part of your crew, for whatever god-awful reason. And, so after that, you can hire them, and I'll be honest with you, crew don't really do much. They don't do much in terms of damage, they don't really live for long, and they don't really have much utility, like, they don't really heal. The most crew can do is pretty much make your fuel efficiency go up by 10% a lot, and they can also make sure that your tank efficiency for holding fuel also goes up as well. But other than that, they really cannot do much at all, to be honest with you, which, keep that in mind, because we'll come back to this later, and how it's actually fixed by the community. Next off, we have colonies on my list here of things about Starbound. Colonies are basically just, I mean, it's literally the same thing as the red in the list. It's just a colony. Basically, you can build a house. It's the same thing as Terraria. You build a house, and a house basically consists of a light source, a chair, a table, a door, you know, a bed maybe, and then bam, you can mark them with a deed in this game, or in Terraria it'd be like you'd put their face on the door, the wall, or whatever. I mean, not literally. That's pretty terrifying. I mean, if you want to cut off their face and put it, I mean, they might be little dead, But I mean, if you wanna, I guess. I mean, if you're really weird, but you know, I really wouldn't recommend it. But in Starbound, basically, you grab the person a deed from the furniture shop at the outpost, and then you put it on the wall. That also reminds me, I don't think I actually discussed the outpost. So to begin in the game, you actually start off on the starting planet, and you basically go and you need to mine for cores. Every planet also has a mine shaft on it, an old mine shaft. You can explore, which gets you loot from different chests. You need 20 core fragments to, well, let me rewind a little bit. When you start off, you get the mission to get an archaic energy source, which after that, you basically do the mission and you beam down to the first planet. You find out where the archaic energy source, you follow the compass, and you'll find out it's a portal. You need 20 core fragments to activate. Every starter planet also has a mine shaft you can go into, which will have lots of chests, a mini boss, and in those chests are going to be core fragments, matter manipulator modules, upgrade modules, stuff like that. To actually upgrade your stuff. Mana manipulator modules, by the way, guys, upgrade your mana manipulator for like things like 4x4 destruction, increase your destruction rate, make sure you can actually aim the manipulator farther, adds a thing like a wiring mode, a paint mode, and a liquid absorption mode. So you know, when you get moist from looking at when you get moist from looking at Pokemon Sun and Moon trailers and watching those ukulele sandbox gameplays, you can, you know, just suck it up right with a mana manipulator. Just no more wet pants. It's all good. You don't have to replace your plants. Your plants, your pants. It's whatever. And, you know, that's pretty great. So, obviously, you know, that's... colonies are a lot of fun, and basically, so you just need to mine the planet for cores, and after you get 20 of them, you can activate the portal, go through the portal, and after that, this is where basically the main story starts. You'll find the outpost here. You gotta go right, by the way. If you go left, you just walk off the planet. I guess I'll spoil it here. There's actually is a secret. You can get tech in this game, which I'll talk about later. But you can get a tech that basically gives you a morph ball from Metroid. It's a spike ball. You attach to walls. You can go underneath the colony. There's a guy. Oh Jesus! There's a guy just chilling there, and he's just like, "Yo, what's up, fam? I'm just chilling here. You know, I'm totally didn't steal. I'm doing drugs. I mean, I'm not doing drugs." And then he's hiding there. It's really weird. But he doesn't really give anything besides like a mask of some sort. It's really weird. I don't really understand it. But you know, whatever. He's just really there. I don't really know why he's there, but he is. So yeah, you can talk to him and stuff. But anyway, the outpost is basically just like the hub world, whatever. But you continue going right, and you'll find out Gran Esther Brester, whatever her name was, and now she'll talk to you. And basically, this is the main story. Main story is pretty much just, it's a pretty flimsy story. Not gonna lie, it's pretty simple. It's basically a story of every boss fight you do, you have to scan stuff. So like the first one, I think is like, what was it? I think it might have been like Hyolto, maybe? Was it Hyolto? Or was it Avian? I think it was Hyolto. Like, you'll go to Hyolto, which is one of the races, like settlements on a planet, underwater. Hyolto, maybe? Was it 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 Hyolto, maybe? Was it, which is where they live, and you'll just scan a bunch of stuff, and eventually it'll unlock clues to where the artifact is located, which you have to find 6 artifacts, 6 Chaos Emeralds, 6 Sonic Balls for the Shenron, six Chaos Balls, you know, I mean, they were a little bit off, they were one off there, but, you know, it's okay, to summon the dragon so you can beat whatever. And so obviously there you go. That's it. The story. You got to collect the 6 Chaos Emeralds to make Sonic go Super Saiyan. And you beat everyone. It's fun. No, I'm just kidding. But really, like, that's it. So anyway, basically you do that. You beat the game, and then after you get the emerald, the artifacts, and after you get each artifact, it's basically just like, first one is pretty much just you scan stuff, and after you scan the stuff, you get information and like clues to where the artifact is. You find the artifact, you do the mission to get the artifact, there's a boss, you beat the boss, get the artifact, get out of there, and then it pretty much recycles again and again and again. Again, the story is flimsy, but I think it's impressive the fact that this game has a story, period. The boss fights are also very fun. The worlds you go, or the dungeons you go through are very creative. They have a god amount of rewards. Good amount of rewards. So I really do like the amount of rewards they gave you. And, well, I just died in the game. Whoops. They give you a good amount of rewards. Um, they're a lot of fun. The boss fights are very creative. I like the boss fights. They have a pattern. They're very fun to play. Some good dialogue in there. This game has a lot of lore. Like, I think a book's worth of lore. Seriously, there's a ton of books you can find in chests. And I'm kind of just tempted to go through the codex and basically just have a day where I read all of Starbound's ridiculous amount of lore. Like, even though it's a sandbox game, this game has a heck of a lot of lore. I mean, every race has a detailed amount of lore on it. I mean, probably, again, like I said, the human race is probably the most boring because they're the humans and they're probably the weakest as well. But, I mean, there's a lot of lore on every single race. I mean, there's probably lore on, like, the Apex and how they managed to fall into a society where they have a really bad dictator and how they've been experimented on, or how Hyoltals were forced from the land from the Florins, or how the Florins became, cavemen, or how the glitched out and are now stuck in the medieval era, and how, what the heck is a Nova Kid? I don't think there's actually codex entries on that yet. But there's a lot of lore to this game. It's actually a lot of fun to look at it, and every race is detailed. So I really do recommend that maybe you check out some of the lore. It's pretty fun, and it's detailed. But anyway, moving on from colonies, or from what I was saying. So the overarching story, by the way, let me just summarize it real quick, because I don't think I did it very well before. Is basically just you pretty much, there was a thing in the past that stopped this bigger thing. It sacrificed its life. You gotta collect artifacts to open up the key to beat this thing that is coming back now. And because the thing that defeated it before isn't there, the thing that's coming back is now basically just going to be unstoppable because the thing that defeated it before isn't there. So you're the one who has to stop it this time with the 6 Chaos Emeralds, 6 Dragon Balls, 6 somethings. Gotta summon Shenron, get Sonic to Super Saiyan 5, all that good stuff. And yeah, you'll be good to go. So that's pretty much the overarching story for the most part. Next we can move on to the inventory. We'll discuss it a little bit. It's pretty good. Again, there's nothing. I don't want to discuss that yet. The inventory is pretty solid. It's just like different categories for every single thing. Obviously, created characters have a pretty good amount of options. It's not really a big deal. I mean, it's just like it's a 2D pixelated game. Some stuff you can't tell because it's so small and pixelated. Like your penis. There's a good amount of character creation, like different beaks for like avians, like different heads for, I think there's different heads for glitches. Like there's different, body types, postures, personalities. I think personalities is all the postures and all the. There's no different body types, but there's different personalities, which is different. The way you stand basically is different because of that, and how you walk and everything. And finally, I want to move on to something small. There's also no Nova Kid towns. I don't know if they are working on this, but I would definitely say that they should definitely add some sort of Nova Kid lore. Something, because the Nova Kids are kind of just there. They're not really explained what they are. They're kind of just Space McCree right now. High Noon, all that jazz. But they don't really, they're supposed to be rare and kind of random. But, the thing is, they should still have lore. Explain who they are, what they are, why they're here. Why they're rare, maybe, and how they're almost extinct. What they are, even, and why they're, space cowboys or whatever. You know what I mean? Some sort of explanation of, what the heck a Nova Kid is. I think it's because they're new, so I won't really hold it against the game too much. Finally, we can move on to something I've been meaning to talk about, and that is the modding community of this game. Which, by the way, is amazing. So, earlier I talked about crew, right? I said a crew is weak, they're useless, they don't do much, they don't have much utility. Well, there's a mod for that I have installed right now, currently on my game that I'm playing. It's called Earth's Finest Crew Improvements. And it fixes that completely. You have medics that can heal you. You have quartermasters that become a merchant that can, sell things to you. You get certain crew members that do certain things, have different weapons, so they're more personalized. He also nerfed the fuel efficiency bonus that they give, which is good because it can be really broken. So, that's great. There's mods to fix everything. Farms can be a little bit tedious at times. You have to water them yourself unless you have sprinklers, which that can be automated. But you still have to actually harvest them yourself, unless you get the farm bot mod. Again, another instance of the mods fix the game. And okay, let me address something else. Some of you are probably going to question, well, Ethan, is it okay that mods fix the game? Is that okay? Is it okay for mods to basically make the game a complete package? And in this case, in my opinion, yes, it is okay. and there's a reason why. Chunkofish has made a brilliant modding community with this game. They've also, not only have they enabled Steam Workshop, but they've also made it very easy to mod the game. It's very easily moddable, and it's also very easy for the people who want to download the mods to download the mods. It's very simple. All you have to do, literally, is it's like 4 clicks total to get a mod, a single mod. And basically, you launch Starbound, on the title screen, it's the bottom right corner, there's a gear, you click it, it shows you the list of mods you can get, and you click the workshop button, and you can go through the workshop, and finally, you can scroll through the mods you want, click subscribe on a mod, maybe 2, maybe 3, make sure they're compatible, because some mods aren't compatible because they change the same things. And after that, you restart your game, boom, they're downloaded, no problems. You can mostly remove ones that don't add things like biomes or whatever. If it adds a biome, you can't really delete it because it's not really the mod's fault or the game's fault. It's just because of the fact that if it adds a biome and removes that biome, the game's going to be kind of like, okay, what the heck is this thing? Because it's not going to have the mod to recognize what that biome is. It's going to be a little funky, so I would just keep it on, make a backup of your world if you want to uninstall these mods at some point, so that way you don't have to worry about that sort of stuff happening to you. Moving on as well, we have, other mods such as, storage improvements, which allows you to name storage containers. You can use a sort button, a food stacker mod that lets you stack food, all sorts of mods. And because they made the mods so easily addable to the game, I would say that in this case, it is okay the mods make the game, basically the game. Like, it makes the game, like, whole in a way, you know what I mean? It's okay in this sense because the mods are so easy to install that I don't have a problem with it. They're so easy to install that it's not like Minecraft where it's like Forge and then every update the mods break. Nope, that's not a thing in Starbound, I'm pretty sure. And there is no breaking of mods because of new updates. And the mods do not have to be downloaded and put into a file or folder by yourself. There's a complete easy way to do that. It's automated completely by Steam Workshop and Starbound, and most of the mods do not have compatibility issues with each other. They run fine. A lot of them are just client side, so like if you want to have crew improvements but people on the server don't, you can have it and everyone else doesn't, and it works fine because it's client side and there's no problems with that. In Minecraft, you probably couldn't do that though. So there you go. Now there's something I would like to talk about in this game that is a problem for the most part. There's performance issues in this game that I've experienced a little bit. When there's a lot of things going on the screen, the game can definitely start to chug a little bit. And a lot of people are going to go, well, that's just your computer, Ethan. Well, no. That's not my computer. Considering my computer can run Overwatch on high, like 1080p, like 40 to 60 frames per second constantly, I would say that it's probably not my computer. And for notes, by the way, Overwatch goes from low to medium to high to ultra to epic. That's how it goes. But still, I think that my computer should be able to handle a 2D like 16-bit game that, obviously isn't really that, it's not that high quality in terms of graphics. So I think my computer should be able to run this game and 1080p 60 frames per second. But it can't, and I think they should really fix that at some point. I really wish they would. It runs mostly fine for the most part, but it does chug in a lot of places where a lot of stuff's going on. And it really shouldn't, because it's just, it's just a simple-looking game. But other than that, guys, I really love Starbound. And if you have a better computer than me, and also maybe my graphics card as well, I mean, it runs mostly smooth, so it might just be my specific hardware does not run well with the game. But I would highly recommend Starbound. I would give it like an 8 out of 10, honestly. 9 out of 10. I would give it a 9 out of 10. The one point I take away is just because sometimes, occasionally, the game does not run super well. I did find that maybe there wasn't as much content as I would have liked. Maybe not, but I mean, I don't know. But because of the mods as well, that also does remedy it, because there's mods that add more biomes or planets, things to explore, things like that. The game's a lot of fun. I would highly recommend it. The multiplayer has streamlined Steam multiplayer, so you can hop right into with your friends. Easy peasy, no problems. Easy peasy Japanesey, no problems here. Easy to do, super easy, a lot of fun. I really do love it. I would highly recommend Starbound if you haven't already, if you're a fan of Terraria. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for the video. I would give Starbound a 9 out of 10. Very fun. I would recommend it. Anyways, bye. I have to end the video because I'm going to run out of gameplay. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace. Hello. I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any feedback to leave, like, I'm not really sure about this whole, like, heavily edited comedy thing review mixed in with video reviews. So, tell me what you think in the comments. And, yeah. Give me any feedback. Thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't like the video, subscribe, I guess. I don't really know. But, casual outro is casual. It's a similar outro to everyone. But, this is a new kind of style of videos. It took, like, a few hours to make, at least. I had to Photoshop. I mean, it's paint on that, but, whatever. And I totally used Windows Movie Maker for all of it. But I made it work. At least I like it. I like to think so. So, I used Windows Movie Maker, as well as the quality of the videos. I noticed that this video is still 480p. I'm kind of trying to figure out why I'm still recording in 480p when I'm pretty sure I set OBS to be 720p of resolution. So I'm not really sure what the deal with that is, or if there's something else I have to change. But I'm going to look into it and try to get 720p videos out for the stuff I can at least do. Like, I should definitely be able to do Starbound at 720p. Maybe not like Overwatch, that would have had to stay, and so would have Warframe. They would have both had to stay at like 480p, but probably Starbound, I could definitely do 720p with that. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I will speak to you later. Bye.